who is brave. I am timid. Mangu is naive. I'm probably too smart. And because Mangu is naive, he is brave and he can say things that I cannot say because I'm smart and I'm complicated. I think somewhere he has kept the child inside him alive, while the child inside me is not that alive anymore. So I do appreciate what that character, I think, तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि मंगू हमेशा सोशल पॉलिटिकल बात करेगा और आइंदा भी हम जो भी बात कहना चाहेंगे, I don't think that I can ever make a film, if I do make again, or any piece of content, not just film, which would be devoid of any message. So I would, in my own way, want to communicate a message. Now, my message would not always be a political message because I'm not a political personality, but I think Mangu always will have a socio-political voice. That's what I think, as a brand character.
Okay, now, if we have to learn something from you, not from the movie, why did you leave PNG and come only to the direction of production side?
Yeah, it was very, very, it was an instinctive decision, I think, as I said, and I think probably I'm learning more of myself as I'm talking to Aftab Saab, and thanks to your intelligent questions. I think I'm somebody who generally declares the intent first, before I figure out कि ये होगा कैसे और करना क्या है. So when I was in IBA, I was studying there and I was not somebody who was very aware of the professional opportunities because we did not even have access to internet that readily available, leave aside the smartphones and everything. Like we would be sitting in a library and some guys would come in and say, yeah, what are you going to do? And somebody would say, I want to go to Citibank and I want to do this, that, etc. And people would ask me, what do you want to do? I would say, यार मुझे पता नहीं मैं क्या करूँगा लेकिन मैं कुछ तो कर गुजरूँगा. So I think in my life, the common theme is to be committed to the fact कि मैं कुछ तो कर गुजरूँगा और फिर करना क्या है वो बाद में हमेशा सोचा है. तो जब PNG ज्वाइन किया था तब पता था कुछ तो कर गुजरूँगा and I would give it my heart and soul. Then I left PNG, once earlier in 2002, but I came back in a year's time and probably one of the few people in the history who were accepted back in because PNG is a promote from within company. There is not a rehire policy per se. At least there wasn't one back then. So leaving PNG was like a very like separating from your wife, almost. It's that difficult a decision because PNG for me was not a company. It was kind of a code of life. My language, my persona, the way I talk, the way I not walk but talk probably is very, very Proctoroid. So to leave that was perhaps a very difficult decision. It was an instinctive decision. Again, I decided first. Before I turn 40, I'm going to leave PNG. Then I figured out what I'm going to do. So generally, I put a statement out there, and I'm somebody who होते हैं ना, आप जाते हैं, आपको पता है आप करने नहीं वाले, जिम ज़्यादा नहीं जाने वाले, तो आप जिस दिन जिम ज्वाइन करें उस दिन दोस्तों को बता दें कि मैंने जिम ज्वाइन कर लिया है. अगर आपने सिगरेट छोड़नी है, जिनको वो बुरी आदत है, तो आप सबसे पहले वो कहते हैं जाके फैमिली और घर वालों को बता दें कि यार मैंने सिगरेट छोड़ने का फैसला कर लिया है. उससे क्या होता है, आप पे पीयर प्रेशर पड़ता है. आप these things keep you committed. So I'm generally one of those people who go out there and make my intent obvious to people. So कुछ तो कर गुजरूंगा. Then people would ask me क्या करेगा, and then I was very clear that I'm going to leave PNG by the age of 40. What I'm going to do, it wasn't clear. So now, now that I've left, I feel world is an open space. I've got the experiences to take it forward. और जब भी last चीज मैं ये कहूँगा इस बारे में कि हमेशा कोई भी नई चीज के बारे में फैसला करते हुए I ask myself one question about a job. That's somebody that I got coached by one of my managers. She told me that Aziz, when looking at a new job, you got to ask yourself two things. What is that you've done in the past that you can reapply on this new job? आपने ऐसा क्या किया है पहले जो आप दोबारा से यहाँ पे उसका इस्तेमाल कर सकें? And what is that new thing that you're going to learn that you can probably use for the job that you're going to take next? So the fact that I've made an animated film is because I had the experience of doing animations before, and what I've learned here is the art of content development. What can I do with this in future? God knows. I have no idea. Probably the crossroad in my life right now is to go back and sell soaps and detergents, or to fully commit myself to content creation. Now that is a decision that I haven't made at this point in time. Right now, I'm happy in this limbo, and there is a certain amount of thrill at my age of not knowing what you're going to do tomorrow. There's a certain amount of thrill because I'm somebody, for 18 years I've woken up on the same side of the bed at the same time, and I've had a very regimented, schedule. So I think to have that thrill, I feel like almost fresh out of college. I don't know what I'm going to do next, which is both scary, but is also a lot of fun.
Okay. What would you suggest to the students? What are the top qualities a brand manager should have, a strategic brand manager should have? The top qualities.
I think a brand manager first and foremost needs to be extremely selfish and extremely committed, selfishly committed to the brand. That is what it is. I think courage, selfishness, selfish commitment to the brand itself. I think that's number one quality. If somebody even talks about your brand, then you are not there. Like if somebody would tell me that my manager talked about my brand in my absence, I would go to him and I would fight with him. I'd say, how the heck could you talk about my brand? How could you talk about its pricing when I was not there in the room? How is that even possible? I don't agree. So I think first thing